What are you doing? Why are you talking over the intro? What are you talking over the intro?
He started talking over.
Talking over the intro.
I might as well just kept talking. So
just welcome to the show, I guess.
Okay, go on, you do it then.
I don't know the date.
Yeah, you see? This is the wonders of being the only man in the room.
Welcome to the ITK Soccer Show. It is the 2nd of March. I am Neil Marshall. I love wrestling.
I don't say these things. Well, at least the last one on this show. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. We're back after a week absence. John, you were fandangling up in the west, were you?
I'm just going to go back. Dan, do you think Neil's the loud one?
Yeah.
Hello.
Show.
No, yeah, I was competing in a competition up in Galway, and I got there a bit late
shearing.
and didn't realise the guy chooses someone in the crowd to be one of the judges, and he chose a 70-year-old woman.
A 70.
Yeah, and my first joke was about Alzheimer's.
Oh, right.
It was a good trip, though.
You didn't get fired then?
No. Well,
Every time you go to Galway seems to be a disaster. Didn't the car break down last time on the M6?
yeah. It's a tough trip, especially after work. It's fun, though.
Good. Well, you're back now, and we've got a lot to talk about.
We
We've got
do.
the Champions League from the past week. We've got all the Premier League results. We've got, obviously, you talk about the Carling Cup final, or whatever it's called now. And we'll also be going over all the news and stuff, got the awards. And currently, as we're recording the show, Roma are playing Juve. I was watching the first half. It was exciting stuff. The king of Rome took down...
Romulus.
No, Totti.
All right.
He took down, I think it might be Marchisio, I'm not too sure. But anyway, he did something that definitely warranted a red card, and he just got a little bit of a talking to. Because he's the king of Rome, they say.
Is that the Olympico, is it?
It is indeed.
I was watching, I was in the Woolshed yesterday for the great day of sport that it was.
Oh, it's a good day sport.
And they were showing the Inter-Fiorentina game.
Aye.
The Italian league is awful.
Yep.
But when did they start putting cameras in the dressing room?
Oh, yeah.
It's outrageous.
It's for Adam Johnson.
What?
Is this where it went down? Dan's, of course, referencing the fact that Adam Johnson of Sunderland fame was arrested for potential rape. So what do we know about this? Because you have to be a bit careful.
Well, no,
We know nothing.
Well, no, all we know is that
than him.
he was arrested earlier today and bailed tonight
So he's
because
fine.
he's had allegations of intercourse with a 15-year-old. And Sunderland have suspended him, and that's all. And there's no further comment.
I heard he might have been, he committed the crime, but Wes Brown was arrested. Hey!
Hey, I retweeted that. You stole my retweet. I saw that, no.
Well, you can retweet my comment.
Retweet.
Okay, let's go over some more of the news then. That's terrible. We'll see what happens there. Premier League teams struggling in Europe. This is kind of a long-standing tradition. Man City hosted Barcelona on Tuesday night last, and Barcelona absolutely murdered them the first half. It's this 4-4-2 allegation against Pellegrini, a system that doesn't work supposedly. And you make the same argument to the defeat at Anfield on Sunday, but regardless, the main talking point of this match was Messi missing a penalty with the last kick of the game and then missing the rebound. Now, was this header a header that he really should have put away, or are people just making too much of it?
He should have, but like...
I think Suarez should have taken the penalty.
Everyone's saying that, but can you imagine Messi going, here, take a penalty there in the Champions League? Like,
It's all back to...
you know...
Yeah, it just had, like... A lot of this penalty gate. No,
Yeah.
like,
And Suarez isn't even that good from the spot, is he?
unlike Messi, who scores every time.
No, Messi's not that good either. Like,
No,
for
that's the
the record, like, his record is still like 80-something%, but it's not that great. Like, he's missed like, I think I saw that like 5 of the last 15, but like he's got a lot of rebounds, so it doesn't really count. You know what I
He
mean?
didn't
Like,
this
yeah.
time.
I think the problem with City are, like, they have enough quality players that will beat, like, 90% of the Premier League teams. But whenever they come against someone that just tactically, like, has an idea on how to play, like, Barcelona haven't even played their normal way this season. In fact, they've probably been a bit more counter-attacking rather than their actual.
definitely.
But even they're like, we'll just pass it around. Like, the amount of chances that City gave Suarez before Suarez even scored, like.
Yeah, Suarez got a brace on the night itself. Can't see them going to the Camp Nou and getting a result in 2 weeks' time, can you?
They need at least 2 goals. I just can't see it happening.
Yeah, but 90 minutes is a long time over there. You know,
So long, especially in Spain, yeah.
Same time here.
Well, you know what I mean, though. Well, the time difference, you know.
Fucking Hulk Hogan, that book that you've set your mic on has infiltrated you, something fierce. It was like Adam Johnson.
I'm sick, you know.
Yeah, you're a bit under the weather. You've got a voice to match your radio face.
My radio face, that's grand.
No, you don't. No, I was actually you look really good. In fact, there's a little bit of Dan's jacket that's dangling down, and from the angle I'm at, it looks like you have a very long earring. There you go.
Oh, that looks cool then, doesn't it?
I think so. Juve hosted Dortmund. They won 2-1. It was a fine game. I don't really know if there's much to say about it, but I guess Juve be slight favourites to go through now. It's an interesting one.
I'd fancy Dortmund.
You see, you have to
They've
remember how
won their
shite
last couple
they've
of
been.
games.
Yeah,
I think they're gonna getting players back, and they're starting to kind of. It was just all confidence, like, really.
It was particularly bad though.
Mm.
Like to go from like being the second great hope in the Champions League last year for Germany to literally being bottom of the table for 3 weeks is
Well, they've won like 4 of the last 5 of the last 6 or something.
okay.
So they're on form. So I think in Juve, I don't think they won one match away in the Champions League in 3 years.
Yep.
So all they need is a draw, but I'm not too sure.
Where was the first leg? In Dortmund, was it?
It was in Turin.
Oh, well then I see Dortmund going through.
Like, I don't see them going there with 80,000 mad fellas like that.
No, I think the away goal is always something that he's just like.
And Royce is playing incredible as well.
He actually is starting to become the Royce
Since
again.
he signed his contract.
There you go. Leverkusen beat Atletico Madrid, which was a bit of a shock. It was 1-0. Who got sent off? Thiago, was it?
He was a.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
But
him.
Simeone out, I think.
To be fair, Torres had a perfectly good goal this lad.
that's true. Yeah, there was
Back to
given
form.
offside, right? Well,
Getting goals disallowed, like technically not scoring.
Well, it was a fine goal. He didn't do anything wrong.
yeah, he was brought on.
Played very
the
well
second
against
half.
Seville last night.
Did he?
Mm.
Did he score?
Nearly.
No, it's Torres.
Nearly. Look, nearly and fucking.
But no, you saw that kind of pace is back and that
Oh,
touch.
would you get out of here? The pace can't come back. He's gone. The pace is gone.
He looked a lot more confident.
I'm sure he
I
is
fully
more
believe
confident.
he's confident. I don't think he'd get his pace back. He
Yeah.
has definitely looked better.
There was, that's what I'm saying. Like he's definitely improving.
yeah.
The main story coming out of last week's Champions League fixtures was Arsenal and Monaco debacle. Arsenal went 2-0 down.
This match was hilarious.
It was Hilario Gomez.
I haven't laughed at a football game in a long time. I think it was since the Liverpool 6-3 Cardiff last year. Just out of the mentalness of how this game was. Like
Yeah.
Monaco, it was so easy for them. Like even Berbatov was like, I think we just wanted it more. It's like, Berbatov.
Yeah, exactly. It was interesting. I actually was on my way back from rehearsal and I heard it was 2-0. The second I turned the TV on when I got in, Chamberlain scored a very good goal. He took it very well. And then Chamberlain gave the ball away, which led to the final Monaco goal. And I just, a part of me when Chamberlain scored, I was rationalising in my head. I was like, well, if Arsenal stay in the Champions League, surely that helps Liverpool's chances for fourth. But as soon as that Monaco goal went in, by myself, I stood up and I had the heartiest golf clap I've ever had by myself.
I didn't realize
couldn't believe
I hated Arsenal that much.
You hate them.
You
absolutely hate them.
I apparently despise them. I was watching it with a
No,
friend.
you absolutely.
Yeah.
I've never seen a hatred more for a team. for
And
that reason.
Oxlade-Chamberlain scored, and I was
That
like,
includes me with Spurs.
I was like, that's outrageous. You despise Spurs.
Let's
But
not get into this.
we were watching it, and that third goal went in, and it was just Oxlade-Chamberlain was losing the ball for about 45 minutes.
Yeah, no, it was such
To
a
Monaco.
shambles.
And they just ran like Mertesacker must have had bets against himself in this match. Like,
But he was dropped at the weekend as well. And interestingly, the 52nd, third minute for was it Berbatov got the second?
yeah,
Koscielny was the first, was the last man back, or was it Mertesacker?
Yeah.
And he was 4 yards in his own half.
yeah.
Like he was well inside, like where the D would be. He was
Yeah.
well inside that on the right
Yeah.
wing. What's he doing?
No idea.
Like it's only 1-0. You
Yeah.
know, and it's like Wenger knew like he can't concede 2 away goals.
Yeah.
Like it's not like Man City and Barcelona. Barcelona are gonna go for City regardless, and Aguero's pace might. You'd still fancy Man City to get something against Barca than Arsenal to go to Monaco, in my view.
Giroud was getting some awful abuse. He played pretty
He played horrible. He's probably one of their best players.
I think
this
that's
year, to be
always
fair.
going to be the thing. I think the same thing happened with Yaya Toure yesterday, where it's like people think he's not a big game player, and then there'll be a big game where he doesn't play well, and it'll be like, well, he's not a big game player. I've always said it. Like,
Yeah.
No,
No,
he
he
is
does.
good, but he's doesn't
he's pretty great. He's like one of the
try
league.
sometimes.
Both the times he's won it. He does.
But
seem
what
to be
happened
doing
when, like, even this last year, for example, like on Anfield, the 3-2 when you won it, obviously another Coutinho goal.
Yeah.
What happened? Yaya Toure went off injured. It was 2-0.
Yeah.
City were the better team when he went off.
Yeah, but
You could brought Milner. No, but it was
like they haven't
it's
won
just
without
like
him playing.
at times, I think even a big match they can really play better without him because they all work harder.
Yeah,
And there's probably better balance. Like, you can't play it at 4.
yeah.
I feel like if Pellegrini's any sense, he'll go Guerrero up, Yaya in behind.
Yeah,
And drop Nasri and put Milner on the right or the left.
Yeah, when they had Barry there for stability and Fernandinho last year or before that, when they'd stick Milner in the centre midfield sometimes, it was just like phenomenal in the hole. It's kind of almost where he needs to be
Like,
these days.
I'm not. Obviously, he's better than Fellaini, but you want that sort of player as high up the field as possible. That makes sense.
It depends on the team. Like, for instance, when I see...
It's fine against fucking who?
Okay, when I see
Hull,
Fellaini
you know.
playing in the hole instead of Herrera or Di Maria, I think that's lunacy.
Well, no, I'd really put Fellaini up front.
Yeah, okay.
Well, that's what they're doing this year, and it's been their best tactic. It's their only tactic.
We'll get to Man U. There's a lot of stuff we have talked about Man U, and we'll get to all this weekend stuff. Just a couple of more little tad bits of news. Russell Crowe and his boat Tugger. I forgot his name was Tugger. I'm so happy. Russell Crowe and his boat Tugger fighting around the world. They're to buy Leeds United. What's this is obviously he was kind of taking the piss on Twitter, right? And he just was like, "Should I do it, lads?"
That was essentially it. But
Pretty good on Twitter.
like Chelino is, I think he's going. I don't know what the.
He'd be excellent for them. He turned his team his Aussie football.
Yeah,
team.
he's got the rugby league team.
Turn them around. And he's great. There's a show on Channel 4, a comedy show called The Last Leg, and he was on that, like, and it's a live show, like. He was on that and he was just saying all the stuff he's done for his team. Like, every year he'd give them money, and then like 1 year he goes, why are we still broke? Like, I'm just gonna buy the team. He bought the team, turned around, and now they're like champions. They were over it. They beat Leeds the other day, didn't they?
No, that was they beat Saints.
Oh yeah, they beat Saints. And it was just, I was watching it, and they're great.
Does he have an interest in soccer? Like, is
Oh
he
yeah,
a
no,
Leeds
he
fan?
tweets a lot about Leeds. He tweeted the other day, it's like,
Oh.
great win against Middlesbrough. That was a week before this whole thing happened.
Okay,
Like
interesting.
he's I don't see it happening, to be honest. But like, he's probably a richest fan, and it's like, which I think Chelino wants to appeal against all this to clear his name, and it might go on for over like, I think he's actually clearing his name against defamation now or something. So he's gone.
Nah.
He won't be back till like after the summer.
Good
so
luck with that
it's-
cleanup.
It's just like gone. He's finished. Like so.
Paul Bearer of Qatar and Sepp Blatter have conspired to make the World Cup final in 2022, December 18th.
Yeah, fair play to Blatter, because FIFA wanted it at December 23rd. He's like, no, that'll get into Christmas plans. Make it the 18th. Come on.
Okay, so I guess like this isn't going to be decided until closer to the date, and it's a long, long way away. But what like what are the plans for all the major European
The only
leagues?
thing that I can think of right now is bring back every league from what years now? 2015, so 7 years. Bring back the league like an extra 2 weeks every year. And then you might
interesting.
get a month, it'll kind of miss the whole December period.
No,
That's the only thing I can think of that they can do.
But then
There's
what do you
nothing
do, what do you
else
Do,
they
but what do you
can
do
do.
the next year, the next season?
Well, then you're just going to have, bring it kind of start going back the other way again.
This is
I don't know.
a
I don't know.
shit
They've-
show.
they've-
It's fine for the League of Ireland.
They've already sold.
Yeah, but, okay, because
That finishes and then the World Cup starts.
yeah,
It's great.
so many of their players.
They've
are going to the World
they've
Cup.
already sold the TV rights in America,
Oh,
and all the other TV channels are like, hang on, we didn't even know they were for sale.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I think NBC got them, and then NBC
Yeah,
were
yeah.
like, we're happy to announce we will be showing the World Cup in 2022 or whatever, and everybody like, what?
Like, I don't.
They're available?
You don't like Platter now, do you?
No one likes
That's
Blatter.
all right. Because you generally disagree with everything I say. So
Yeah, yeah.
it's like Cox and Kelso not having a scrubs.
Glad you said Kelso.
Anyway, I don't know.
Can you think of anything?
No, and I have been trying to.
Or else they just stop football for December and they just go an extra month into July. But that means then there could be the African Nations Cup starts in January. So Ivory Coast, for example, could be playing and could get say they get far,
Everything will get moved.
and then they could be going 3 weeks later, and then the Premier League are going mad, not because
They'll make the FA Cup a summer tournament. That's what the
who
Premier
cares
League.
about that anyway.
I don't know, but even still, like if you are in all those competitions, that will still be non-stop playing.
It's going to be literally people are going to be playing up to 60 odd games without a rest.
Yeah,
It's going to lead to serious burnout and injury, and
really
there's going to be a
will.
lot of people injured for the World Cup.
yeah, And there's going to be a lot of people injured on the run-in the last half of the season because of the World Cup as well.
Yeah, well, Blatter doesn't fucking care, does he?
It's stupid. Look, just one final note. Do you think this is an absolute certainty it's going to happen?
Oh, yeah.
You do?
What they should have done was either give it to England or Germany. And just because they've got the facilities to do it.
Sure.
England and probably Germany could all rehost it.
And what if Figo gets in before 2022?
But isn't it not signed, sealed and delivered like Peter Frampton?
This is it. I don't know if it is.
It has to be. Like, you can't just go, oh, we're not going there now. But I guarantee you Germany or England could do it.
Okay.
And that would be the way to go.
Before we talk about the Carling Cup and Chelsea, I guess we better mention some stuff from around the continent during the weekend. Atletico and Real both dropped points this weekend, and Barca are okay. So where's the table stand now at the moment with those three teams?
Real top by a point, didn't it?
Okay.
Or might be 2. I'm not even sure.
It's actually a good point for Atletico.
Really?
Yeah. Seville are unbeaten in over a year at the Sanchez Pizjuan.
Jesus.
Yeah. Oh, they're great. And same with Valencia. Like, they're really good at home as well.
Okay.
The top 6 it's more competitive than the Premier League at the moment because they're much closer together, you know what I mean, to actually the top guys as well. And
well, that's good because that's something that the Spanish League was missing a lot until the resurgence of Atletico 2 years ago.
There's going to be a meeting in a couple of weeks regarding the TV rights, and it's one of the biggest ones yet. And apparently clubs are ready to pull out. And they're going to go, yeah, go on, leave Real and Barca out.
Right.
We'll make our own league.
Really?
Because Atletico, who, well, say they
This
usually...
isn't going to happen. Dan.
No, it's like that years ago when all the Premier League clubs got together to talk if Celtic and Rangers should be allowed in the Premier League.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
18 of them came out and went, no.
Yeah, this won't be happening.
So it was like the... like, say Atletico finished 3rd, just normal. Like, they finished the same amount of prize money as, like, the team who finishes 16th in the Premier League, so that could be Hull.
Surely not.
It's true. Barca and Madrid get about 150 million each.
Okay.
And the rest get about the extra 150 million, probably an extra 100 million distributed between them.
I'm sure this meeting isn't
The
designed
person
to
who
put
comes,
them
the
into
team who
exile.
comes last gets like $1 million.
But still, no. I'm sure this meeting is more about the restructuring of the way the money is given out rather
But
than...
that's what it is. Like, it's
Yeah,
to
but
try
the
and...
idea that Barca and Real are going to have their own Super League where they play
Well,
each other
Platini
every
is
week.
pushing for this European Super League.
Did you see,
Oh, dear.
see Sky bought the rights for the MLS?
Did they?
Yeah.
For Gerrard.
Steven Gerrard making a difference there.
Oh, fuck. Are they going to be losing... They're losing the Champions League to BT in a while, are they?
Yes.
I believe BT have got a few of them
Yeah,
anyway.
it's a few years.
Yeah, it's all changing. All right, let's get to this weekend's results. I guess first we can just talk about the Carling Cup from Sunday. Spurs against Chelsea at Wembley. I keep calling it the Carling Cup.
I forgot how terrible it was to watch a Jose Mourinho team in a final.
Aye.
He sets up just to be like, just beat me. Try to beat me. If you're
Yeah.
not, well, it was...
Try to score more. Like,
Yeah, it was
that's not even beat. Just
dreadful.
try and score a goal, you know.
Like, I'm sorry, I know we have a lot of Spurs listeners, but that team was just like, you're not beating 3 centre backs at Chelsea.
No.
Like, unless Harry Kane has an absolute worldly of a day. Ericsson, I thought, played very well.
When he came on.
Yeah, he looks...
Oh, no, he started. Sorry, excuse me.
Like,
Yeah.
Spurs they're doing well, but I just think it's the managers bringing them as far. Like, he's a top manager. I think he's great.
Oh, look, listen,
But I
let's-
think he needs 1 or 2 really good players in that team.
Well,
Like, I think if you had given him Harry Redknapp's team, you'd see what he could do.
Well, in all fairness, like, they did destroy Chelsea just a few weeks ago.
I think that was more of a one-off.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think that's why Mourinho started the team he did.
Yeah.
Like, my phone's going nuts being like, Chelsea are playing 3 centre backs. That's how they did.
Well-
like, you
well,
could say
Zuma played
he
midfield.
did in his bollocks. Like, he wasn't like playing midfield. He was playing in the defence because Chelsea weren't attacking. You know,
Well, when he didn't have the ball, he was in defence. But when they did have it, he definitely stepped up. He was definitely further up.
Are you
than
sure it
the-
wasn't Cahill who was stepping up rather than Zuma?
No,
a bit, yeah,
Oh, okay.
Zuma mostly, but it was just like I felt bad, like for what, like it kind of ruined. I was having a great day watching the rugby, and then I watched the fight.
Yeah, John loves rugby now.
Watched the second half. I despise rugby, and I got really into it yesterday. Just beating the English and anything is great. But I watched the second half, and it was just so fucking dreadful. Like it just waiting for Costa to get a ban now. Just like
Yeah.
such a
Yeah,
horrible
he
player. to
was- He's doing his usual stuff. He says he's not changing either.
watch. Oh, why would he?
No,
Well,
exactly.
it's interesting. Chelsea might have also won the Premier League yesterday, which is obviously a bigger story. We'll get to that in a moment. But there's more allegations of racism for Chelsea fans. That's here in front of me. So what exactly is going on?
There's just been reports, more stuff floating around. Like it could be like there's no videos this time or anything.
Okay.
But it's just, I think it's something they got obviously very caught doing, despite what the fans say. It's like, I wasn't pushing him off because he was black. It's like, I wasn't pushing him off because he was black. I was pushing him off because the thing was full. You know?
Right, yeah.
It's
Which
like,
just happened to incite a racist
and
chat.
the yeah, exactly.
No, the police are investigating it.
Yeah, no. But
So obviously there was some of the reports, or
Yeah.
obviously maybe they can't give the CCTV out or something, you know, because it's.
it's kind of the problem.
invasion of
Yeah,
privacy or
once
something,
you're
you know.
known for something, you're gonna keep getting.
Speaking of terrible behaviour, Millwall fans. Do you
Yeah, I
hear
heard about this.
Do you hear what they did at Rotherham?
Were they behaving badly?
Oh, this is actually boss man would be rolling in his grave. This is how badly this is. Like, apparently there was about 1,000 that went up to Rotherham, which is not the place you want to go and start a fight. And so they went up there and they lost in the last minute. So they started wrecking the place, apparently. So they trapped them in there because they have to, like, you know. And they played Leeds a couple of weeks before, and Ian Holloway was giving out shite before. He's like, oh, why were we locked in for 45 minutes? It's like they're cage animals. Well, they kind of are. Like, they can't let them out. Like they'll start fighting amongst each other, you know. And then they've done
So
that.
they just locking them in until like one, like
Well,
battle royale, till one person stands.
gone.
Like,
Yeah, exactly. Well,
So-
the other crowd goes. So then they started apparently attacking families' cars, like disabled people with parking passes, and they were like destroying the cars.
That's no bias.
It's like, come on.
yeah, no. I watched the film Green Street the other day, and the
Ah.
Millwall are just
It's
mean lads.
it's all true though. Like
It's
Leeds.
not all true.
Well, the stuff.
Tell me
you
Elijah
hear-
Wood didn't take a sabbatical during a study holiday to the West Ham Millwall area and get involved in the hooliganism.
Telling you, he had a rough life before getting cast as Frodo in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, he fucking paid his dues, man.
You know what I mean? No, like Leeds are bad, but these guys are absolute. Like,
Do you think he learned his
really
mad sword skills from shanking some boyos outside the
I
ground?
think so. And it was weird that spoilers for Green Street. the bloke who gets beaten to death ends up being the lead character in Sons of Anarchy for 7 seasons. Like, really landed on his feet.
It's incredible. I think there's been
Well-
about 2 or 3 Green Streets, actually.
It's Danny Dyer been in all of them.
Oh, I presume so.
is he the main guy?
Just-
He was...
He wasn't in it. He wasn't good enough for it. Like, but he's good enough for a sequel.
Exactly. All right. Premier League. Man United and Sunderland, I guess, was probably the most newsworthy of the 3 o'clock kickoffs on Saturday for the big debacle. Who's who in this game?
I
Of Guess Who?
was working on Saturday, and you know, people who listen know I mess around a bit and work. I was like, I wouldn't mind something to watch. And I was like, House of Cards is on. I'm like, no, I am in work. I'm gonna need to concentrate on my work. So I put on something stupid and irrelevant. So I put on the United match, and my God, if I don't slate United enough, that was fucking hard to watch. I don't know what Van Hal is doing, but it was
I've been saying this
like,
for months.
They still play like classic United, except I'd be like, here's a goal, here's a classic United goal, Valencia to Rooney. Valencia doesn't give the ball; he just holds the ball in the box for a
It
while.
was a while in 2009 when Valencia was always crossing for Rooney.
I
He
know,
always
yeah,
scored.
but it's just-
Di Maria was hauled off after 45 minutes.
and then match of the day being like, oh, see what happens, Van Hal, when you play Rooney up front. But he scores a penalty and a tap in, like.
Yeah.
So it wasn't exactly like scoring.
Like,
like,
he is
striker
better up
finish.
front, to be fair. Like,
Yeah.
Yes, obviously.
Yeah, he is obviously.
But like, I think he's only there because he's nobody in midfield.
Yeah.
Like, he's just like Rooney's one of those guys you can probably play him anywhere and
is
he'll do a job.
Carrick injured?
I think so.
Okay.
Lind is there and Herrera and Fellaini and
I just think his I just
like
think his
they still need to spend what they spent last summer.
The Van,
They need to go
the
again.
Van Persie injury is.
I don't know about that. I honestly
they
think
do.
if they had a good defense and if they had like not this really strange
Yeah, and how much
formation.
does a good defense cost when there's no good defenders out there?
I'm just there's a few good defenders.
Look
out
at your
there.
man,
Yeah, but they're gonna be
Mangala.
50
He was
million.
about 40 something million.
Mangala, yeah.
Well,
was
that's if you're
probably
paying
10.
that for Mangala.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
that's-
like Marquinhos was out today. He said Man United wanted me.
I think it's very hard to buy defenders.
There's
Like,
no
it's-
good defenders out there.
Well, just it
That's why.
depends on the team. Like you would have said, Company was one of the.
He's having a nightmare.
He's had a terrible season this
Well,
season.
like Godin would be good, but he's probably 30 now.
He is.
It depends on how much support the defenders have. Like United have a fully attacking midfield, as
Well,
City do now.
well,
so
you look at-
you got like 4 defenders instead of the 6 that
Okay,
like
but
Chelsea have.
you look at like Man United of 10, 15 years ago. They're the most attacking team out there. I know Keane and Scholes were just amazing players, but Yap Sam wasn't a bad defender. Rio Ferdinand his prime wasn't bad. Vidic wasn't bad. Like, these guys didn't concede many goals.
Yeah, but there's a reason why Terry looks like he's the best defender in England, because Chelsea play a very defensive team and he has a lot of protection. From
Yeah,
Yeah, it is a lot of it's about.
Yeah,
protection.
obviously it does. The higher you play, the more you're going to be exposed. And if you've got two sitting midfielders in front of you, it's much easier. But you don't. You can still play attacking and have good defenders.
I don't think there's many teams that do that.
That's very
And
true.
not anymore, anyway.
Well, regardless of his style of play and the criticism, like United are still fourth, 1 point behind Arsenal, who just moved into third with their win on Sunday over Everton. So something's right.
They play the top 6 in the next 8 matches.
That's true.
So
And Arsenal and Liverpool's run-ins are fairly handy, especially in comparison to United.
You probably think Arsenal, Liverpool. Well, if Arsenal go out, well, it's gonna be Arsenal, Liverpool for top 4 and the FA Cup.
I'd be absolutely certain. Almost.
I think Liverpool have the FA Cup. I thought after that Bolton game, it's like there's a lot of things going here.
Well,
It's
it would
just
be a
gonna
great
go
story if they were to get the FA Cup. Anyway, we need to talk about this Wes Brown, John O'Shea
sorry.
shenanigan. So
he's standing by it. Like, his ban has been, but the ref's like, well, you did kind of foul him after John O'Shea fouled him, so you did get the last touch.
But John O'Shea took off his captain's armband
Yeah,
and
no.
gave it to Wes Brown.
no,
It's
that's
like-
not the point. Let's just talk about the
No, but it
referee
was
for one
just, it was
sec.
incredible though. Like
Yeah.
how
No, it
Is
was
that racist?
no.
what by sending off a black man on purpose, like.
No, I just mean, like, yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so. Look, it doesn't make sense.
Well, it was more racist with Gibbs and Oxlade-Chamberlain one.
Well, I think you just get confused by, like, he just gives the foul.
Like that's twice in a year now. This has happened.
It is. It's outrageous.
I thought it was a bit, like, there were some great jokes because all last week was the big "what color is this dress" thing.
Yeah.
So, like, in Twitter, it was like, "What color is this defender?"
By the way, speaking of the dress,
It's blue and black.
I know it is, but not when I first saw it. It wasn't.
I always thought it was blue and black.
When you saw it, it was always blue and
Yeah,
black.
but after
I've seen it gold and white in a different color, in a different picture though.
No, I saw gold and white. I scrolled down to the bottom of the page, read the article, and I scrolled back up, and it was blue and black. And then I kind of like diverted my eyes and looked back again, and it was gold and white turning into blue and black. And I was just like,
I've
"Fuck
never
off."
seen gold and white.
Oh, I-
we were
first
having
thing I did.
on one of the WhatsApp groups like a big conversation on it. One of the lads put up like this colorblind test, right? And I was like, well, "Fucking show you! I've got great eyesight," and I don't.
But you say your head is going to explode.
Yeah,
or
like
something, is
one of the lads was like, like he goes, "I got a 4," and they're like, "Well done, I got a 6," and I go, "I'll take this," and I was like, "What's my score? 109." Apparently, I don't see pinks and reds that well.
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez, hit me up with this test.
I will.
Oh, yeah, link it to us
interested in
again.
that.
I didn't go do it. It doesn't work.
Okay, we'll do it now.
I should be grand. Yeah, go and send it to us there. Newcastle and Aston Villa, 1-0 to Newcastle. I don't even think I saw highlights of this match. Anything, Dad?
Aston Villa have lost the last 6 matches, and Sherwood's just they're so getting
6 away
relegated,
matches.
like. Well, it's all their matches, and they're bottom of the form table.
Was it?
Yeah, so
They're going down, aren't they?
Were
Yeah.
Villa ever relegated?
no.
Premier League original.
Amazing. Stoke and Hull, my favourite picture of the year. Stoke won
It was
1-0.
the worst game.
Yeah.
It was 2 shots on target.
Was
and
Peter
all that
Crouch header, was it?
Peter Crouch
Equals
becomes the top.
Shearer.
Yeah, with Shearer, the
46.
top goal scorer with headers.
Yeah.
He had a great. He's good on Twitter. Peter Crouch. He goes, "It's like it's great to beat Alan Shearer there to most headers. Now to get his 170 other goals."
So what did he say? What would you be if you weren't a footballer? A virgin, he said.
Yeah. Peter Crouch is a great man. I remember.
Remember his moustache?
Oh yeah, it was brilliant. I remember there was an interview and it was like, "Who's the most famous number you have in your phone?" And he got really giddy and go, "Steven Gerrard." It's like, no, you two are also a footballer. You do know this,
Where did the Crouch bot as well?
huh?
The Crouch bot.
Oh yeah, I know.
As-
Crouch is great.
We were saying like last time we did a show how good like match of the day was. Like it was a good show. But fucking hell, Robbie Savage must have got the good reviews. He's going nuts. He's just slating everyone now. Like,
Robbie Savage lost his mind on Match of the Day this weekend.
He's just yelling like.
yeah, he was. I'm so glad you brought that up. Did you see him? He's become a parody of
no.
a parody of himself.
Like I thought he was just gonna be like, "Oh, I'll just be like the Eamon Dunphy of it. I'll just give out about everyone, and that's how I'll get it." He's just yelling. He's just.
I thought he was hanging
Danny
or something.
Murphy was sitting there going, "Hang on, mate."
And anytime he was doing anything physical, he kept getting
Yeah.
in Danny Murphy's space when he was
Yeah.
like acting as like, you know, when he was like going through formations. It was,
He's an awful idiot, isn't he?
it was something else. Speaking of Match of the Day, did you see Noel Gallagher on it 2 weeks ago?
The Brodge. It's
The
great.
Barrage. There was many highlights like Mark Lawrence being fed lines to say about, of Oasis lyrics. Noel Gallagher at one point, we were getting ready to watch the WWE pay-per-view. I was waiting for Dan and a few other people to come over. So I was just watching Match of the Day because I just want to see the Quatine Southampton goal again and again and again. And
Not the performance, though.
Well, when I noticed, look, you grind out.
Well,
them
first half,
victories.
first half.
Yeah, when I noticed no gallery there, I just thought to myself, like, this is gonna be very interesting. 25 minutes of analysis. He didn't say a word. At one point, I was like, what is happening?
But like I told you the other day, they had Russell Brand on for West Ham.
Oh, well, they had
Well,
Russell Brand on
that
BT.
was for like Red Nose Day.
Was it?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
West Brom beat Southampton 1-0. So Southampton have really.
I think they're gone.
It's
They
gone.
haven't scored in the last 5 matches.
Pele hasn't scored in 10.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I did not know.
They've no
that.
goals. I think Shane Long is injured and Pele can't score.
They have Chelsea this weekend.
That's away as well.
Their last 5 in the league.
But they've
was,
done better against the good teams.
Their last 5 in the league was loss, win, draw, loss. So there you
I
go.
think this kind of, no, it's still early enough, but
Well, they're
in
down.
the next 4 weeks,
Okay.
it's the team with the momentum will get the top 4.
They're down to 6 now. Yeah. Do you see them finishing higher than 6th? I don't.
No.
No.
It's a great season, though.
It was a great season, and you know, where did they come last year? Didn't they come 7th or 8th last year? 8th.
7 or 8. No, 8.
Yeah.
I think Man United just pipped them.
It was
They might only get that now. Although look who's around them.
Go ahead. Us, with like Liverpool's win yesterday at Southampton points. It's the first time since Liverpool gave them 60 million that they've been on top of them in the table. Just how good a season they've been having and Liverpool haven't, but still, I thought it
Yeah,
was
well,
good.
Liverpool are in the situation there because of the start of the year. Burnley and Swansea. Swansea beat Burnley at home 1-0. Again, for some reason, I'm having a hard time recalling a lot of the stuff this weekend. Anything about this? There's a lot of shite low scores in the Premier League this
Did John Joe
weekend.
Shelby score in that game?
I think it was last week he
Oh, it
scored.
was,
He's getting some good form, he is.
Yeah.
Was it
He's just mental.
I don't know who it was. Not a relevant game.
Danny Ings missed a good few chances. I feel bad because I
After
kind
all
of like
this
Burnley.
Liverpool and Sociedad talk, he's...
I think he'll go to Sociedad. I still think he's good. Like,
I think
players
he'll go to
can come out of form,
Sociedad
like.
and do a year there, build up his value, and then get a big club.
Well, there's only so good you
Well,
can
unless
do
they
with
get relegated.
Sociedad.
If he get relegated and they'll stay there, he'll be forgotten. And then if he goes to
Yeah,
Sociedad,
yeah.
Well,
he'll also be forgotten. Like
Sociedad always have kind of a history of getting kind of British players and managers.
yeah, but name any player, young English player, who's gone abroad, and it's kind of like your man Derbyshire's the last one I remember. He went to like Olympiacos or Fenerbahce, one of those irrelevant clubs.
Olympiacos, yeah.
Yeah, like
Name
and I was-
somebody who's gone to Sociedad and had their value go up.
Carlos Vela.
Fine. Moving on. Well done. West Ham.
Has his value gone up?
Definitely, yeah.
West Ham losing to Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace have been in a weird form since Pardew took over, but West Ham have fallen from grace. They
This
haven't won in like 6 games.
Did you see your man Murray?
Yes.
He was on a one-man mission to get sent off in this match.
It was something.
And Jedinak.
He had about 6 yellow card challenges. It was hilarious. It's like he got sent off and he was like, finally.
It's a good win for Palace. West Ham
Great
are
win.
also slipping in the table as well. I was going over the table at the end, but West Ham are down to 9th now. Fucking hell. What's that, Dan?
The Matic tackle. We never talked about it.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about some stuff from last week. Go on, fine. The Matic tackle.
Can't believe Jose it worked, but I don't know how only one game got taken off.
Yeah,
But like, common sense though should.
No, it shouldn't. I don't care what happens.
So Ashley
yet.
Barnes shouldn't get retrospective action as well.
No. Because ref saw it, didn't book him, and then Matic gets up and pushes him over.
No,
That's fine. That's not a red card
forget
challenge.
about Matic. I don't care about him.
No, the Barnes
The Ashley
challenge-
Barnes thing, like,
It's an awful challenge, but he is like the most booked player in the Premier
He
League.
pushed
this
the
season or
referee
something
over.
like. When?
playing for Brighton.
So does not matter. It's like,
No, it's he's a
talking
lunatic.
about the Chelsea. I'm sure he is. Like, but what Matic did was outrageous. When his ban went down, I couldn't believe it. I think it should have been extended for the for poor Chris Kamara and the other guy from Goals on Sunday trying to talk to Jose Mourinho. Like, it's like, Jose, what do you think about that? Well, it's not a leg breaking challenge. But yeah, we're talking about Coutinho's goal though. It's not a leg breaking challenge though.
He was
Like,
brilliant.
He was awful. It was hard to watch.
Oh,
Yeah.
he was just.
BT
But, like,
are
but-
very upset with him for
Oh, yeah.
going on
Yeah.
Goals on Sunday. They're very upset.
So
They've
do you
paid him
think he
all this
cares?
money. No, he
So was
doesn't
James
care.
Beattie, who's supposed to get some TV time.
Yeah, that's right.
I was who is that who got bumped off?
Yeah, he got
Because I said to you, who was it? Like it'd be like a Paul Jewell or something. It was James Beattie, like, you know.
It's fantastic.
Have Paul Jewell on to talk about a sex tape.
Yeah,
Paul-
one does he?
Does Paul Jewell have a sex tape?
Yeah, like having sex on a Jaguar now. Wearing a big...
In the car, you mean?
No, on the car. On his big... wearing a dad's
On his
jumper.
big?
Like, yeah. it's not a good show or anything.
All right, it's not a good show. You heard it here first. Let's move on to Sunday. Arsenal beating Everton 2-0. Everton are just the shits.
Everton are closer to getting relegated in the year to 11th place.
Right.
They won't go down though.
That's because everyone else is equally bad.
No, they're worse. They're just worse.
They're so bad. Well, it depends. The Europa League, it does seem to be affecting them massively.
Imagine they got.
They're not doing bad in
Imagine
the
they won the
Europa
Europa
League,
League.
though. Well, they had a good
and
tie.
got relegated.
Ross Barkley, the future of English football, has 1 assist in his last 60 matches.
Brilliant. I remember when I was even so excited about Ross Barkley, the future of English football, and the bloom is off that rose, my friend.
Do you remember the abuse Mourinho was getting last year for loaning out Lukaku? 28 million.
Yeah.
He's got over 10 goals yet. He's got a couple in the Europa League. Good
Yeah,
for
he's
him.
got a hat
It's
trick
gas
in
what he
the
said there. He goes, I have to leave. Sorry. I have to leave Everton to further my career.
Yeah.
It's like, what have you done?
Yeah.
You know, it's like who's going to. Obviously, Everton are going to sell you for a profit. Who's going to buy you for 40 million?
It's an interesting one. I think we all thought around the World Cup time last year that he was going to be huge, but whatever. Liverpool Man City. It's kind of
Gonna win the league.
here we go. It was very good tactics by the Broj. It must be said. Henderson got the first goal. It was a lovely curling shot from the edge of the box. City got one back with a really nice passage of play that led to a Dzeko tap in. And then in the second half, Liverpool were fairly dominant for spells. And Phil Coutinho scored another shocking goal, second week in a row. It wasn't as good as the Southampton goal, but it was kind of...
Probably more important.
Did you see like Brendan Rodgers after
What's
the
that?
Southampton game? He was like, "That's his tactics." Like, and then like Jermaine Genius on Match Today was like, "Well, it's the tactics. He'll do it again next week," and he did.
Yep, fantastic.
But I thought it was great, especially like I might have texted you or text a friend. I was like, once we played 120 minutes in Turkey, I was like,
Yeah.
we're losing or
Oh,
drawing at most. I was delighted with
Yeah,
a
but
win.
he
I couldn't
rested
believe it.
Henderson and Coutinho, didn't
It's
he?
kind of incredible. Like,
Yeah, you're
Lovren played twice.
Yeah, no.
oh,
He played very well at City. Like,
Right.
he was okay. It was his best show.
like even Europa League, like it was almost a perfect away performance. Like we almost nicked it in the first half, and then we would have gone through, and then tired in the second half, and then went out in penalties. Like 9 ridiculously good penalties.
yeah,
and
Liverpool
one
went
really
out to
poor one.
Besiktas, and yeah, Lovren over the bar. Would you take Mbali off, like, knowing it was going to penalties and knowing that he probably wouldn't feature against City anyway?
I'd never have him wearing a Liverpool jersey again.
Really?
See him walking out at half time with a hot water bottle. I fucking despise him. I hate
Alright.
him with every fibre of my being.
Where's he going to go?
I don't care. I'll drive him.
Qatar or
I'll
something?
drive him myself.
He's so concerned. Where's he gonna go?
Sorry, my voice, sorry.
Can Leeds have him?
No.
Dan, you take him.
I probably would.
He might buy
Swap
Leeds.
you for Takara. He's shite as well.
What if Balotelli bought Leeds and was chairman, player, manager?
Supposed to be funny, wouldn't it?
You might as well change Leeds to Harchester United if something like that happens.
What this thing with City, is it as simple as blaming Pellegrini's love for 4-4-2?
I don't think they play well. It was a bit mad. I thought playing Torre, Silva, and Nasri with 2 strikers. It was very attacking, and like it was mistakes. But I think Coutinho's just really in form, and the way the formation works. Like
But it's gas though the way Coutinho and Alana were playing pretty well, and Sterling is
Yeah.
he's not really an out and out striker. He's dropping off. Essentially, you could have 3 players beyond their midfield and between their centre halves.
But I think that's what
That's
happened.
kind of what happens.
And where was the protection?
It was- I think Rodgers.
It was just all Liverpool, and you have to have good work.
Yeah, right,
all they
yeah.
do is just kick it.
Yeah, Rodgers took similar tactics, I thought, from Barcelona, where Company and Mangala really struggle unless they're marking a striker. And the way Liverpool were playing, they could try. Like Company was dragging Sterling a lot just to try to hold on to him.
Where's Demichel has got? He's better than Mangala.
I just
I
think he
don't
can't buy
know. I think
a
he's
centre back
hurt.
for 40 million and not play him. Like I think even Rodgers spending 20 million, because it's not like Pellegrini can go in the summer if he's still there and be like, I need
to be
another
on.
centre back.
I think if they got out against Barca, and well, they'll give him the end of the season.
They're looking.
still-
They're looking at Rafa.
Well, look, listen. They've got the cash.
I think
They
they
can.
want Pep.
I think they can get whoever.
Probably
I
want
think
Pep.
they can have a fair pick at most people, because they're not going to be spending. They've got FFP against them.
Well, I think
So they've got money to blow on a manager if
think
they
as well,
wanted.
though.
They generally just go for Champions League tenure though. Like,
Yeah.
whoever's won it, like.
I still think though, like if Ancelotti doesn't win the Champions League or the league, he's probably gone.
That's just insane.
But that's poor him. He's had that all his career, isn't he?
I think he's just loved though too much at Madrid. Like I know Madrid are known for sacking managers.
Yeah, I definitely think it's different with Ancelotti, and the fact that he got them the 10th Champions League.
He was gone if they did. If Ramos didn't score that header, width of a post, he was probably gone.
Well, you can't lose the Champions League to your City rivals. Like.
That's true as well.
But he would have. It's not even that. It's they just demand the Champions League every year. Like Capello got sacked for winning the league with a terrible team.
Yeah.
Like he got sacked. He's like, he didn't do it in the Champions League and he didn't play good football, and he was sacked the day after. Del Bosque was sacked the day after he did the double.
Yeah.
It's just like,
No,
That's
it's
why-
it's
that's
mental
why I
how they
think-
do things, but it's just like.
but I think though, I think he'd be gone. But I think there's actually a serious problem with the players' attitude though.
It's a very
Because-
old team. They're
Very old.
trying to make
The Liverpool team came in at 24 years old, and City's was 28 and a half.
Yeah.
So that's pretty big. That's a big change. But the big thing for me about City, they won the league in 2012.
Yeah.
They were terrible in 2013.
Yeah.
They won the league in 2014, and they've been very inconsistent in 2015.
Yeah.
So they're not developing, and in European competition, I know they're obviously getting these tough draws, but that's because they keep getting eliminated. There's a time they have to stand up and go, we're City, we have to. They've won 2 of the last 4 leagues.
Yeah.
They can't be the representatives from England and lose to like teams like who they lost to Moscow and obviously Barca, but like they've lost to these teams. Like, you know, Roma should have beaten them. Bayern hockeyed them twice.
It's weird
you know.
though, because although they have won 2 leagues, the 2 leagues they've won, I'd say more teams have lost them.
That's
Then
true.
they've
United
won.
lost the league.
Like
They
United were like 7 points ahead, and
Yeah.
then they lost to Wigan.
Yeah,
They
but
threw it
was
against Everton.
It was the
No, City had a great team, and it was a good battle for it. Like,
City
but,
has a phenomenal team.
like they won it with like the last kick of the game with that Aguero one.
yeah, it was
And
kind of
even,
their name
like-
was on the trophy.
Yeah, and
wasn't it?
even like Chelsea could have won the league, and then they bottled it against Sunderland. That Steven Gerrard slipping as well, like, and the Crystal Palace game. Like they just bottled it. Like.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Having a look at the Premier League fixtures that are coming up this week, there's nothing really that stands out on Tuesday night. On Wednesday night, we've got Spurs, who have a game in hand, trying to make a stab at 4th place against Swansea. And we also have Newcastle Man United, which might be interesting for the result. West Ham and Chelsea as well. They're kind of the pick of the litter. And then the Premier League resumes next weekend. Is there any big fixtures next weekend? Arsenal and West Ham, I
There's
suppose. would be
none
interesting.
next week because it's FA Cup.
Yeah, it's,
Oh, sorry.
So
I'm
there's
jumping ahead
nothing
here.
to
match
watch.
today. We'll be doing that one episode with, and it's QPR Spurs,
Oh,
like half an hour series of that.
Okay, all right. Dan, League of Ireland is starting up again. Shamrock Rovers and St. Pat's
I was
is
gonna put this in, but I wasn't sure.
first
Like,
week of fixtures. Is that
Yeah,
right?
it's a cracking game. It's probably the 2 best teams in the
Where is
third.
it?
Tala,
What night is it?
Friday.
Oh, it's a shame.
Why?
I would have gone. I don't think I'm ready.
Yeah, no, could be a good game there. Like,
How much your tickets?
15 quid, 20 quid.
15. I might have a free one for you if you want.
I might go. I think I might have said it.
Even just for the crack.
Ah,
Like,
you
it's,
should.
like it's for the first game, Rovers Pats. Like, it's pretty big, and Keith Fahey going to Rovers as well. Be extra spice. And
Yeah, I'll go.
the cup winners against the Pat Fennon's new kind of Rovers. Like, Rovers have to win the league this year. There's no other. Like, they've farted about now for 3 or 4 years. So I'll be interested. Like, there's 4 or 5 really good teams this year. So be a good season.
Yeah, I'll
Yep.
go.
Season.
Okay. We'll have
give
a
my
live report
review.
of that next week. Okay, guys. Time for some awards. Let's not give it to Adam Johnson, but Spoofer of the Week.
I go first.
I don't even know if I have one. Yeah, go ahead. I think
Mine is John because he missed the stag again.
yeah.
Thanks, John.
He's gonna miss the wedding now as well.
No,
You
he's
get,
actually
you get a text now on Thursday night. Oh man, I'm washing my hair.
working, man. Sorry.
I do wash my hair. I do wash.
Uh,
Since we didn't have a show last week, can I have Anderson? I don't know. If
Oh,
he
yeah.
Needed oxygen, wasn't it?
Yeah.
played like 27 minutes of his debut for his new club and had to come up and get oxygen.
It was quite incredible. Like, when I saw the picture, I almost didn't believe it. You
But
know
like,
what I mean?
you know, if like you're that out of breath,
Yeah.
you stop running. Like you don't keep running. Like it's incredible.
Yeah. And obviously the Chelsea fans. But
Yeah, well,
We'll try to keep it
that's-
funny.
That's more heels of the week, isn't it?
Just to let you know, Juve went into this game 7 points ahead of, they went in 9 points ahead of Roma, and they are still 9 points ahead of Roma. It was a draw. Tevez and Keita getting the goals there.
Kate is a great man. Oh, I've another spoofer, the proper one. We already mentioned earlier Robbie Savage.
What did he do?
He got caught for speeding, and then this was the other day, and he came up with some absolute bullshit excuse. He's got away with it. He's not getting, like, he's got his fine, but he's not getting his, like, points or is banned for
Okay.
like a couple of months because he
I
says
stand by this excuse. It's a decent excuse.
What-
you
what was his
can't be
excuse?
serious, John. He says I should be allowed to drive fast because I get heckled by other cars. So if I drive fast,
No,
I
he
can't
didn't say
get me.
that.
He did.
It was because he'll get too much abuse in public transport.
No, he says I have to drive fast as well. I have to drive my big Lamborghini
He does.
fast.
If it's a Lamborghini, you don't drive him slow.
Incredible. And he got off. He got off.
Well, what can you say? That's
Tanya.
it's quite incredible. Okay, hero of the week. For some reason, I'm missing spoofers. I had a few ideas, but anyway, hero of the week, John.
The SPL gave goal of the month,
Absolutely.
Oh yeah,
which was quite
It
nice.
was actually very emotional. That was great.
Yeah,
That was
very
really,
good.
really
they've done a
good.
lot for that little fella.
It reminds you of Connor.
Oh yeah,
It was
yeah,
really
very
very
much
good.
so. Yeah, Samaras is his best mate.
And Charlie
Yeah.
Mulgrew at a presentation, they gave him the Golden Boot. They gave him the Golden Month Award. It was amazing. Like,
Yeah.
really good stuff.
So were they in cahoots with Sky Sports, or did they pre-record something and play it for him on the TV?
I think they recorded.
Yeah, I think so too. Because it just, yeah, it was a really nice testament, and you should go up and check it out if you haven't. It was really, really good. Do you have a hero of the week, Dan?
Well, that was it. But also, Patrick Aubameyang and Marco Reus.
Oh,
They scored the other day, and Aubameyang put on a Batman mask, and Reus put on a Robin thing.
okay,
Yeah, and this is really cool.
that
I like
is pretty good.
And another kind of a funny story. River Plate started their Copa Libertadores there 2 weeks ago
Okay,
in Bolivia. So now it's really high up there, and
yeah.
they won the match, and they started the match by all taking 2 Viagras for their hearts.
Did they really?
They ran around taking 2 Viagras, yeah,
Wait,
and they
wait,
won.
wait. That could be a performance-enhancing drug. It increases the blood flow. It gives you more
By
energy.
definition, I think it is.
Yeah,
Well, they took
I
it.
can't believe that they
Did they win?
admitted.
Yeah, I
it.
think so. Yeah, because like they can't, like, it's so high up. You give yourself an edema, is that it, or your heart like just explodes because there's no oxygen at all.
Well, now hold on. What are you saying here? Are you saying that
'Cause it's so high up.
Well, nobody's hearts exploded playing football in Bolivia, have they?
Because they're from there. Bolivia and Ecuador never lose matches.
That's actually
They never lose.
100% true.
Ecuador haven't lost in like 20 years.
Did
I know.
Brazil go there and qualifying for the World Cup last time and lose and
It
stuff?
was Argentina.
It was Argentina, yeah.
They always lose in there. It's mad. So
That is quite incredible.
I have Enrique, the Liverpool legend and cameraman, because that's pretty much all he does anymore. He fraped Sturridge on Twitter. He
Sturridge is getting a lot of these things.
yeah,
like,
they're all out in training or whatever, and Sturridge was obviously out a bit longer, so Enrique grabbed his phone, started like taking photos of his shoes, being like, nice shoes, and then putting up photos of like him with a selfie with like Flano and Markovic and all the lads.
Where's Flanagan?
He's just injured. He got a really bad injury, and they just
Yeah, he's on his way. But I love the way Enrique is literally just like this lad they keep around. Like,
Yeah,
they're
he's really
hired
like
paparazzo.
He's kind of like an Ortrude.
He's also like this. Like, they love the fact he thinks he's this like king of fashion and stuff. He seems like really
With his Hitler
gas.
tash and all that. Like,
Yeah, he's some man. Goal of the week.
I've
I
another-
guess.
I've another one
Oh,
actually
another
as well.
hero. Okay.
great week.
it's the Southampton steward who rock bottomed the Liverpool fan,
Ah, yes. How could this go without
and the
saying?
JR commentary comes on. Like, you know,
That was. It wasn't the Southampton match with the Moreno. Sturridge
it was the
dance, was it?
Coutinho role, wasn't it?
no, that was Crystal Palace.
That was Chris Pass. Yeah, it was an incredible rock bottom and on a very slippy surface.
Yes, and also another very big hero of the week is Jonas Gutierrez.
Oh, he's back.
Was on the bench.
He's on the bench.
The internet has been actually pretty good this week.
Oh, sorry, one sec. As Chris Kamara called him, Jonas Gutierrez. Go on.
The video of Lovren's penalty hitting Madonna and her falling
that
off
was
stage.
absolutely amazing, actually.
That gave me a good few lols.
Goal of the week.
See, you're going to say Coutinho,
We
but
can, we can say for the last. Okay, let's do goal of the last 2 weeks. That's fine because there was some crackers last week.
I'm going to put up there Leeds got an amazing goal this week.
Alright.
Rudy Austin.
Come on, something that someone saw that.
Yeah, well, you know, there's fans out there seeing it. You know, he's one of those guys who has a great shot, but it never goes in. And he's been planning this for.
Dan is the king of the oxymoron.
I'm not, because he's like a really good shot, but it always just goes over the bar. It's like the power of the
he's a really
shot.
good driver, but he always crashes. Like, what are you saying?
No, I definitely didn't say that.
Oh, right, okay.
So someone has a thunderbolt of a shot, but it never goes in.
That means he's a bad shot.
Yeah.
No, he's a very strong shot,
Okay, he's
and it finally went in. From like it was like from the touchline as well. So there you are now.
it's from the touchline.
It was near enough to it, yeah.
Pro 6 goal.
It's a
Shevchenko.
penalty.
It was actually like fucking. It was like Lampard at Pro 6 or
Oh, you
something.
could do it Shevchenko from the tip off. That was like the cheat.
Villa could do it in Pro 8.
Ah, those were the days. Okay, so John, your goal of the last 2 weeks.
Well, I'm gonna not give it to Coutinho, even though it should be Coutinho. I'm giving it to Marcelo in the Champions League.
Oh, I
Very
didn't
good,
see this.
Very good.
Was it good?
Oh, it's incredible. Yeah, just the power of it.
I guess I'm going to go with Coutinho against Southampton or Pirlo against Atalanta, which was just
Yeah, nice goal.
outrageous as well. Okay, teaser. What was the last teaser?
I have another funny story as well. I've loads of them this week.
Yes.
What was is it about last week's teaser?
No, that's. I have actually last week's season written down actually.
Good.
Okay, so this story, right? It can't be true. It just. I saw it on Twitter today. It can't be possibly
Are you
true.
talking about the guy with the good shot who never scores again? Because
No,
I
not
stand by that. That's not true.
okay, this guy, he's a Newcastle fan, all right? He was in, like one of those like safari places in Africa, like, and he
Safari, if you will.
and he had his new. No, this can't be true. It's so ridiculous, right? That he had his Newcastle jersey on, right? And he saw a zebra,
Oh, fuck off.
and he decided to moon the zebra.
Okay.
And right, the zebra ran up and raped him, and he died.
Okay.
This
okay.
can't be true.
Okay, now listen.
This
where-
can't be true.
What are your sources? This is very
The True Geordie tweeted it. It can't be true. It can't be true. He died on a safari.
Okay, I'm going to have to look into this.
It's just the most ridiculous thing.
Was it Tish?
It wasn't. Well, like, it probably is a tish, but like it's the most ridiculous story. It can't be true.
It's googling it. Look for photos.
I'm doing so. Okay, do the teaser then.
Oh yeah. So the Caesar last week or 2 weeks ago was name the 2 people Messi is allowed to take a penalty for while being on the same pitch for Barcelona.
Oh, Iniesta?
Oh, you said him before.
No. Puyol?
No.
I don't know. Xavi? Oh, who?
Ibrahimovic and Neymar.
That kind of makes sense. The 2 lads.
It was one where Ibrahimovic hadn't scored in ages and Messi just gave him the ball.
Did
Is
he
it
miss?
true?
This looks to be true.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
It
Apparently he mooned him and the zebra got angry.
It happened in February 2009.
Oh, 2009, was it Irish?
Dan up to date with all the latest stuff.
I heard the story, right?
Well, no, I
Jewish
saw it
lad
tweeted
2000
today.
years ago.
Close friend of Dan's. He only does that now.
That's amazing. Sorry, what was the teaser? I missed it. I can just listen back to the show.
Oh, I haven't
won't
said it
get
yet.
to- What's the teaser for this
Name
week?
the
The man
5.
who was raped and died by a zebra. Who did he support?
The answer is not
That's
you,
the
mate.
most. It's the most ridiculous story we've ever said in this.
Okay.
I like your man who can shoot whenever it's going.
This does look to be. It actually does look to be true. I don't want to. Oh, hold on now. Sorry, what was this week's teaser, Dan?
Name the 5 clubs to win the League Cup at the Millennium Stadium.
Okay, grand.
There you
Now,
I know one of them.
okay, let's do the fantasy here. I almost feel like pausing the show just so I can read up on this and then tell everybody before we're finished. Anyway, end in last place, followed up the rear by Dave.
Like the zebra.
Zebra.
Oh, thank you.
Or Adam Johnson.
Gary Glitter as well.
It's definitely too soon. Oh, yes, Dan, up to date as always. It's like, what's the best paedophile reference? Kerry Glitter. 2009 remarks.
No, but he was in the news the other day.
He actually was. No, you're
That's
right.
what I'm saying.
Foolish
Like
me.
all the how we've been unfortunate with like all the celebrities dying while we were recording the show. It's a shame Nimoy couldn't cling on. Damn it.
Yeah, jeez. Leonard Nimoy, yeah.
Yeah, we should give Leonard Nimoy here.
I think we should start doing a pool. Who'll be the next celebrity to die when they're in the show?
There's so many celebrities these days. Whoever dies, we win. It's alright.
A lot of people are saying that it mightn't be real, and just
Of course, it's not
It
real.
can't be real.
How long do you have to moon someone?
and just the word "bummed" was used by certain journalists, which got people worried.
Can't, it was the most ridiculous.
It's not a true thing.
Snopes have it. Don't do these things. All right. Then we have Tommy, myself in 8th place, Stephen Vincent in 7th, Rob Norman 6th, John. Some distance between me and him now. He is in 5th place.
Just like Liverpool, I'm going to win the league.
Gary Kiernan.
Did you see how tight the top 3 is up there?
Well, I'm about to. Gary Kiernan in 4th, Ronan O'Reilly in 3rd. 5 points ahead of Ronan in 2nd is Dan, and 1 point ahead of Dan in 1st is Noel. He's come in, and you haven't been on top since he's come in.
Yeah, I have.
Since he's come in?
Definitely.
Really?
Yeah.
I tell you, I need to find out if this is true.
I think we should just keep this going. Until you
It
find
is
out.
true, supposedly.
I don't think it is.
Oh my god, it is. Okay, here we go. Here's the article from 2009 in the paper. A Brit tourist was bummed to death by a zebra after going on safari wearing a black and white striped t-shirt. The horrific attack took place in front of stunned holidaymakers visiting the nature reserve in Kenya. A group of sightseers has extended their truck to get snaps. Sorry, they'd exited their truck to get snaps of a group of animals at a watering hole. Despite being warned not to stray far, the 52-year-old man ventured about half a mile away into the bush, mangled. His body was later found by park officials who confirmed he had been attacked by a male zebra who mistook him for a female because of his distinctive t-shirt. Camsource says, nothing like this has ever happened before. It's a very tragic freak accident. In many ways, the incident was self-inflicted. This man was warned not to leave the protection of the group, and his clothing would have made him highly vulnerable too. The man, believed to be from the Newcastle area, died from the injuries to his back, neck and rectum.
It's probably the way you would want to go.
Getting rode by a zebra.
The story
This is unbelievable.
It's incredible.
Okay, look, I'm gonna look into
It
this
had to be
more.
a Newcastle
I'm gonna look into
jersey.
this more. This can't be true.
It's not true.
Can't be
No
true.
journalist used the word bummed.
Yeah,
The sun would.
That's a fair point.
it's
yeah.
a very fair point.
While showing a bum.
Yeah. I don't think we can say many things about the Sun. That's the show for this week. We'll be back next week and we'll have a roundup of the FA Cup and Premier League action. And anything else to add, lads, before we go?
If Dan's bringing a story next week, can it be like closer to now, not 2009?
I'm really, really glad you brought it up, Dan.
I think it's the best thing we've ever done this show.
Yeah, it is. By the way, the soccer code, or the code for the Fantasy Football League is 17441-525194. Join it, unless you think that you're going to be shellacked and that Noel is going to win the league, which very well might, you know. We'll see. Dan's staring at me now. Okay, we'll be back probably on Tuesday next week, and until then, everybody have a great week, and don't be wearing Juve or Newcastle t-shirts in the safari. Bye!
Come on! The time is all mine. Sitting in a sleazy snack bar, sucking sickly sausage rolls. In a dirty old town on the back of the time, setting my sights on gold. It's plain to see, it's black and white. This Geordie boy's gonna do alright. Gonna make you dance, gonna make you sing. Those Geordie boys do anything. Tell it like it is, today we'll take its time to tell you what tonight might bring. They spur you on in London town when you hear those Geordie sing. All of the time is all mine, all mine. All of the time is all mine. Come on! All of the time is all mine, all mine. All of the time is all mine. So come around and get on down. Everybody do their thing. You'll know for sure that they're in town when you hear those